this is a very dangerous escalation, and
Yes.
these attacks have been carried out with full preparation and full consolidation and coordination between the United States and Israel. Now, there was a talk of, some negotiations going on, etc., but that was a facade because the distance between the positions of the United States on one side and Iran on the other was so big that there was never any likelihood of the talks yielding any result. And Trump was creating some sort of confusion by saying at times that there are good results being achieved, and on the other hand saying no, the Iranians are not agreeing and anything is possible, regime change, etc. So there was full preparation, and it was only a facade to carry out these negotiations. The fact is, both the Americans and the Israelis want a regime change. Now, I've served in Iran for 3 years. I know the city well. And these attacks have been carried out on civilian areas and areas which are of great importance to the Tehran regime. And the message is clear that we want this regime out. Now, will Iran capitulate? I don't think so. So, for this reason, I'm afraid there is going to be an escalation. There is a possibility of attacks on the US military vessels which are deployed around Iran. And therefore, I am afraid that with one war taking place between Pakistan and Afghanistan, and now this huge escalation
Yes.
between the US and Israel on one side and Iran on the other, the entire region is going to be engulfed in a very dangerous situation.
Ambassador Dayal, stay with us. We also have Brahma Chellaney, strategic affairs expert. Mr. Chellaney, thank you so much for joining us here on CNN News 18. What is your initial assessment of these collaborative strikes that have taken place in Iran?
First is that they replicate the surprise element of last June when the Trump administration carried out the bombing of Iran's nuclear sites. The second element which stands out is that these strikes have occurred just hours after the Omani foreign minister announced, following the talks in Geneva, that Iran had agreed both to give up its nuclear ambitions permanently, and also to surrender its uranium stockpile. He went public. He's a key broker, has been a key mediator in the peace talks between the US and Iran from the very beginning, from the time they began in Oman. And the Omani foreign minister went public with these remarks because it was apparent to everyone that Trump will not accept yes from Iran, that having positioned his carrier groups to carry out strikes on Iran, that Trump would not accept even Iran's capitulation at the negotiating table. It was only a matter of time before he carried out these military strikes. It's also significant that these joint strikes by Israel and the US have occurred right after Modi's Israel visit. And I think striking Iran in the way they have struck
Yes.